I'm in a public building recording, which is my first and second.
You know what, I really don't even care about that because Obama has decimated the friggin' Constitution. So I don't give a damn because if he doesn't follow the Constitution, we don't have to.
Tamara, you're chasing a story about a kerfuffle at the municipal building in Helmetta. What do you got?
A Helmetta police officer has resigned after a rant he went on was caught on tape.
Did you get that?
Yeah,
he doesn't have to follow the Constitution.
Because our president decimate our Constitution, and we don't have to.
I chased this to Helmetta to meet with the man who took this video, Stephen Wronko, in front of the animal shelter where he says this all started. So I walked with him and his dog that he adopted in front of the animal shelter, and he told me that this whole thing started when he adopted a puppy.
I purchased a dog that was unfit for sale in the state of New Jersey, and I just want to see what's going on.
And did you contact anyone else before? Did you contact the police or the shelter?
Yes, we actually sent a letter to the shelter's lawyer, and they basically came back saying, you sign a contract, it's your dog, whatever medical expenses occurred is your issue.
First, he was kicked out of the animal shelter, so he went to City Hall to file an Oprah request. While he was in there, he started taking video of City Hall and taking pictures of the bulletin board. Well, this concerned the city clerk, who only saw someone out there taking video and was not someone that she knew or someone who would have been in the building at the time. So she called the police, which, by the way, the police are in the same building. So Special Officer 2, Richard Recine, came over, and that's when this whole thing began.
I'm in a public building recording, which is my first and second.
You know what, I really don't even care about that because Obama has decimated the friggin' Constitution. So I don't give a damn because if he doesn't follow the Constitution, we don't have to.
So when I saw this video, I thought Steve Wronko was incredibly obnoxious, the way he was addressing the police officers, and even though he had a point to be made, what was left out of this video is why he got thrown out the day before and what happened leading up to it. We don't see that. We only see it from the point when the officer got there, and of course he said a stupid thing. I'm sure he regrets it now. He's out of a job.
Well, the problem here is whether or not he needs to is largely irrelevant. He has the right to. He can come in, he can film in public places, the police can ask you what you're doing, but once you answer that question, though everything he was doing was protected, police officer was 100% wrong, which is why he's now out of a job.
The police officer was not 100% wrong. Where he was wrong is bringing up politics into it. We don't want any police officers preaching people about if they should be Republican or Democrat or bomb or pro-Rom.
But he was
that
wrong
was
because
not the
he
place,
was trying
that was
to
not
deny
the place for the
man
police officer to talk about that. It sounded like he was baiting the police officer.
Would you like a case law that I'm allowed to be in here recording?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. And if you're going to show me the one for the court or for a public meeting?
Public officials, you're on public property, state law, here it is. It's all right here.
Nowhere in the few minutes of video is he explaining to the police officer that he's here because I spent $4,000 on a dog that I got from the shelter and I have a legitimate complaint. So instead of having a reasonable conversation among adults, he decided to get confrontational about the Constitution, and I think it's a shame.